Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be one of the most special videos because I have been wanting to make it since a long while, but here you go. So, this is the 10 things that I wish someone told me before I start college. And first of all, since you're done with your boards, I think you already made through the chaos, and that's no joke. So, I want you to take a deep breath. But here's the thing, nobody tells you getting into college is the easy part. See, but what you do in those few months, the habits you build, the people you choose, the mistakes you make, that sets the tone for everything. And I am not here to give you the enjoy your college life, yeah, it's the best years, wala speech. I'm here to give you some real stuff, the things I wish someone had handed me as a cheat sheet before I walked through those gates. So maybe grab a notebook and if you want, and here are the top 10, and I stand by every single one. Let's begin. So the first is research your college before you arrive. See, uh, let me tell you this one thing. Before your first day, I want you to do something which most of the freshers skip completely. And by research, I don't mean researching your college. No, not the website or the brochure that they sent you. I want you to just see ki what is the actual curriculum. Is it outdated? Check the syllabus. Check what are the electives that they're offering. What is the branch? Is there any branch change option if you have not gotten your dream branch? Does the placement cell offer you good packages? Suggest you to go on LinkedIn, search your college name, look at where your seniors are working, look at what they've studied and what they've built, what are they doing now, or what they did beyond their class. That will tell you more than anything. See, because here's the truth, not every college is equal. Some have incredible lab access, some have a culture of building things, some don't. And the sooner you know what your environment actually is, you can sooner work with it or work around it. So, second tip would be do not overshare. Please, especially in the first few weeks or first few months. See, freshers fall into this trap every single year. When you are new, you are excited, you are a little nervous, and you just want to connect with people, and that's natural. But please don't tell everyone everything about yourself in the first week or in the first month or even in the first 2 3 months. Give yourself time. I don't want you to just share your insecurities, your scores, your struggles, or the drama that has happened in your life. I want you to give people time to earn that version of you and not just share anything and everything like this. Also, one thing that you need to keep in mind is college campuses are small worlds. Information travels fast, and the person you went it to in the hostel corridor in week 1, they might not be your friend by week 6, and the things you shared can follow you in ways you did not expect. See, I'm not saying you have to be rude. No, be warm, be friendly, be open, but be a little bit intentional about what you share and with whom. This is very, very important. Third, choose your people wisely. Okay. See, everyone tells you make friends in college, but nobody tells you that not all friendships are worth making or not all friendships are worth your time and energy. In the first month, you will feel like this pressure, this social pressure, almost like a deadline to find your people fast, form groups, get connected on WhatsApp, on social platforms, etc. You get added to almost everything, and you suddenly, you're spending all your time with people you didn't consciously choose, which is, I think, a very big problem. Leaves you drained, or notice who celebrates your wins, and who subtly competes with you. These patterns show up early and we tend to ignore them until a time when we actually understand, okay, this has been happening from a while. See, I want you to be very alert and very attentive. Pay attention to everything which is happening around you. You don't need like a big friend group. You just need 2 or 3 people who are genuinely in your corner. Quality is always over quantity. Okay, again, quality over quantity. And fourth would be about the clubs and societies in college. See, Freshers Week is a festival of clubs trying to recruit you, technical clubs, cultural clubs, NSS, debate clubs, photography clubs if you have in your college. Everywhere you look, someone is floating a form or someone is sending an email about what their club actually does. But here's my advice for you: join one, two, or three max, not more than that, in the first year at least. But join them properly. I don't want you to sign up for five things because you are excited and then ghost all of them by November when your NSEMs are approaching and now you want to give time to your studies or you're not able to concentrate. I don't want you to do that because, see, ghosting all the clubs by November is worse than joining nothing. I want you to pick the ones that actually align with what you want to build: skills, networks, or simply something you genuinely enjoy. Please keep this in mind. See, the best thing about the clubs is not the certificate at the end, it's if they are providing any sort of certificate in your club, which you can put in your resume. But the best thing is the seniors which you meet, the problems you solve together, the credibility you build on campus. And all of this is only possible if you show up consistently and in a disciplined manner. And this one is specifically for the technical colleges in the country. If you are in a technical college, I would strongly suggest at least one technical club or coding community. It will change the kind of conversations you are having, trust me. Moving on, fifth one is seniors and networking with seniors. See, your connection or relation with seniors should be very genuine, not fake, not transactional. Your seniors are walking ahead of you on the exact same path that you are at this point. They have the roadmap. They know which professors are worth staying late for, which subjects will wreck your GPA if you don't start early, which is very important, by the way. Which companies visit the campus and what are they actually looking for? What's the package they offer? How to study for them? How to crack their interview? Online assessments, etc. and etc. But here's the thing: do not approach seniors only when you need something. This is the most common mistake I think every fresher makes. Connect with them genuinely, ask them about their experience, be curious, always have this mentality of learning, have this learning mindset, stay in touch even when they graduate. Because see, it's very simple. A senior who likes you or who has, you know, good regards about you, they'll go up in ways you can't even imagine for you. A referral or a heads up about an opportunity or a recommendation to someone in their company. That senior network is worth more than most things that you will learn in a classroom or, that you will see around in the college. And I would love to give you all a quick tip. So, connect with your seniors on LinkedIn from day one. When you have entered the college and you see people, you create a LinkedIn account and just send them connection request. Don't wait until placement season come because by then everyone is doing it and it feels very hollow. I want you all to build the relationship early on. Okay. Next is where were we? Sixth point. Start upskilling from day one and not after settling in. Please. You know, let me say something nobody wants to hear. The right time to start something is now. See, now it's the time when you are very fresh, you are energized, you want to learn things. But it's not that after your first semester you think, okay, now let me see what should I build. Okay, I don't have any skills. No, not even after you've completed your first set of exams. Because, see, here is how college time works. It will always feel like you have more time in your pocket than you do. And before you know, it's already your third year or already your fourth year, or your internship and placement season is just around the corner, and you are wondering why you didn't start earlier. See, I want you to know that the market is very competitive. Your college curriculum, especially in India, it's often 3 to 5 years behind industry, and nobody is going to bridge that gap for you. You have to do it yourself. And for that, you might have to take out extra hours from your schedule or maybe stay up late at the night just to complete your syllabus. Okay. Seventh would be participate in hackathons, open source contributions, and competitions as much as you can. Try to explore every sector of your college or every sector of the domain that your college is offering. Um, See, if you are in a technical college, all of this is non-negotiable for me. Hackathons, open source contributions, coding contests, case study competitions, paper presentations, all of these are not extra. They are your actual portfolio. They are your proof of work, which will stand for you while you are building your resume. See, I mean, this might be a little harsh, but I have to say it. In this time, nobody is going to hire a fresher based on the GPA alone anymore. They want to see what you've built, what problems you've tried to solve, whether you can work under pressure and with people you just met. And for that, you will have to explore in your college. Open source, specifically platforms like GitHub, communities like, GSOC, Girl Script, it's an amazing community. You can apply in that. They give you real world experience and a public record for your work. And recruiters also look at GitHub profiles, so make yours worth looking at. um One more thing, also these events, are where you meet the most interesting people, not just from your college but from everywhere, and that network alone is worth every sleepless hackathon night. So make sure that you're attending one and making the best use of it. Also, I want to give you all a very real tip. See, don't let social media become your mirror. Please, this is an underrated tip. When you enter college, Instagram reels of IIT life or IIM life, college vlogs, campus aesthetics, all of it starts to infiltrate how you feel about your own college, the place where you're going to spend maybe 3 or 4 years of your life, or maybe more than that. So you start doubting your own life or your own progress. So 10th and the last tip is protect your mental health like it's your GPA. It's as important as anything, and I would say more important than anything. See, this one matters the most because, and the fact that I saved this for the last is because I want it to be the one you remember the most. Indian colleges, and especially competitive ones, can create an environment where everything is about performance, everything is about uh, it's like a scoreboard wherein you have to constantly improve your rank and be the best of all. And you always keep a track of who has got what, who's ahead. There's a pressure culture that is so normalized that people don't even notice it until it breaks them. And we all see the news around, and we all know what I'm talking about. So please take your mental health seriously. If you're having a rough patch, and you will have one, I'm being very blunt, talk to someone, maybe a friend, a senior, a counselor, if your college has one. Don't sit in silence and convince yourself that it will pass on its own. It doesn't. You need someone. Maybe sometimes you do need help, and do not feel ashamed of asking for help. Okay, sleep properly, eat properly, go outside, have conversations that have nothing to do with academics or career. Read something just because it interests you, not because you have to study for marks. Watch a film, play a sport. These are not distractions, they are maintenance, which you need to survive in those 3 or 4 years of life. A burnt out version of you cannot build the future you are working towards. You have to protect your sanity, you have to protect your energy. It's the most valuable resource you have. Your CGPA, your skills, your resume. I know in the entire video I talked about all these things, but still, having said all of it, let me tell you, all of these things can recover, but your mental health deserves the same investment, and maybe far more than anything. So, yeah, that was all about my 10 things. And I want to be very clear, you don't have to get all of them right from day one. Nobody does it, not even me, not even my friends, not even the people I know. But you know, even if you get 2 or 3 of these stick with you as you walk into your first week, I'll consider this video worth making. um Go in with your eyes open, go it with your arms a little guarded, but your mind a very wide open. And go in knowing that you don't have to figure it out in the first year. You've got this. Use your time well, and I am rooting for you. So, see you in the next one. But before going, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I will make such content. See you in the next one. Bye.